We're at the Players, Dunkel, just so you know.
What is up, jabronis? JJ back here with the entire gang. Uncle T, Mangone, Snyder, Kurt. And I will say this. It's nice to have everybody around. We're all going to be in person next week. I think, right? Kurt, you too as well, correct?
I'm getting there Tuesday, son. So
oh yeah, as am I. As am I.
So getting there Tuesday? You wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
I'm not going to be in the gym with you, so don't worry about that. But yes, I will. I will be there Tuesday. So yeah, expecting a fun time, and I guess we can just briefly go around the room. Snyder, we'll start with you and your two rifles. What's going on in the life overall? I assume you have a lot of expectations coming into this weekend or next week, for that matter. What's going on in that head of yours?
I think I'm drawing dead next week. I'm basically couldn't throw a ball in the ocean if I could. I'm fat and slow and out of shape, and I think Uncle T and Dunkel are going to put one on me, and Mangone's going to put one on me to cap it off. I think it's not looking good for old Snyder over here.
I don't even know what to say. He's been talking shit for the last 3 months, and now we're a week out, and now he's going to sandbag. I mean, Mangone, you of all people, like, what's your thoughts on the current sandbagging that's happening out of Mitch?
Yeah, you can't sandbag when you're wearing a sweatshirt cut off. It says Iron Paradise, like Snyder. What are we doing here? So, yeah, Snyder, the traps look great. I know Dunkel can't wait to massage them with some oil next week, so be sure to bring that. It'll be a lot of fun. Excited to kind of get there and hang out with the boys. But we got the players leading up, right? Someone's got to win $1 million. Why not Mangone? Huh? Use the code Uncle T15. Get you 15% off to check out my content so you can try and win $1 million.
Kurt, you've been relatively quiet overall in terms of talking trash for what's about to come. Now you actually have a race next week that you might be prepared for, you might not be prepared for. I don't know. I will say this though, the high fade looks good. Looking fresh.
Shout out my boy Bobby. Bobby the barber.
What are you looking forward to next week?
Here's the thing. When you stay ready, you never got to get ready, okay? When you wake up every morning and run full speed on a treadmill till you almost make yourself puke, you don't really need to get ready. So that's all I'm going to say. Now the calluses are still there. I got both calluses on both heels. They'll probably rip off during the run, but I probably won't feel it. It's basically all I don't have any feeling down there anymore, so it doesn't matter. I'm excited. Whoever wins, it'll be fun. I just hope no one falls. That'll be hilarious. It won't be me, but if someone falls, I'll probably lap my ass off and end up losing. like the lineman doing the 40-yard dash.
Uncle T, we'll slide over to you real quick. What would you set the odds at in a sprint 40 yards? Kurt versus me versus Rubio.
No. Mine's 100. 100
yards. That is an increased risk of injury, but okay. Yeah, 100 yards. Kurt versus me versus Rubio. What do you set the odds at? Foot race.
Man, I had it kind of figured it to 40, but 100. Oh man, can you guys all be plus money?
Yes, we certainly can.
I don't know. I tell you what, Rubio isn't very good at golf. He's not very good at hoops. He's not very good at cornhole. He can't play cards. He might be pretty decent in a sprint. To be honest with you, he might come through and be pretty solid there. I mean, he talks it up pretty good. So I don't know. Dunkel, I've not seen you run. Kurt, I think, is all bark and no bite. So I think Kurt would probably. I don't know.
You've seen me. Like, what about my appearance makes you think I'm a slow motherfucker?
I didn't say you were slow at all. I just have not seen you run a 100-yard dash. I mean, you could be like Mikey. Like Mikey posted his little 30-second video of a couple jump shots. Maybe you can post a little video later, maybe a little preview for us.
Yeah, you just tanking it on a track. I will say this, Kurt, with the way you've described yourself, you are like a cross-country-esque, but in terms of like a dead sprint.
I'll turn the treadmill up as fast as it'll go until I get a little crazy.
I just came up with the odds. I think Rubio's a slight favorite. I think Kurt's in second, and then I think Dunkel is not a distant third, but I think Dunkel's the third guy in line.
I respect
the 40 would have been a little bit different number though.
I do I do truly believe that I should be favored in a 40-yard dash.
Yeah, I kind of could see that. I could see that. I'm gonna do it anyway.
100 does make things complicated, but we will see, right? That's why you play the game.
We might have to have a medic on standby there, because I don't know. I thought Big T was in some kind of race of some kind.
There ain't no way he wants to race anything.
No, he shouldn't. But I thought he was involved with
100-yard sprint is going to test the hammies. That is for sure. But we shall see. That's what makes it fun. If I get injured, I'm suing all of you. JK.
Now it's going to be chilly conditions here. I told you guys in the DMs the other day, it's going to be mid-40s. So I don't want any one of you girls whining about how cold it is. Kurt, I can see Kurt saying, you know what? Let's try it tomorrow when it's like 50.
Yeah, I'm. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun regardless. I do like being a dark horse though, so I appreciate that. But needless to say, we have the Players Championship. Mangone, you look pissed off. I'll be honest though, you also look warm. Is it cold in that house, or like what's going on there?
No, I'm locked in, Dunkel. You know what I mean? You just no days off. Just got the, just dialed in, head down, not worrying about anything. I actually wanted to get a quick update from Uncle T. Can we get a Rubio Dimes update? I heard he passed on a milkshake at lunch one day. Like, what's our update on how Rubio Dimes is looking for the old house?
Well, Mangone, if it was anybody else that asked, because you missed the show last week and it sounds like you didn't even watch the show.
Here's the thing. I actually did. I went back and watched the show. I was listening to the show, laying in bed, and you know what happened, Uncle T? I didn't hear my name mentioned once, and then I just fell asleep listening to it. So my feelings were hurt.
It's probably a valid point.
No one said the name Mangone, and I said, all right. As I'm like listening to it, I was like, man, this is getting brutal to watch.
Before we get into the course preview by Snyder, I'll give you a quick recap on Rubio. So we go golfing 2 weeks ago. Rubio starts on number 1 tee. I wasn't going to play. We're trying to figure out a game, how we can do it. Rubio says, well, I'll play you. I said, what are we doing? How many am I giving you? He said, I'll play you straight up. We'll play $20 a hole. So right away, Big T's looking at me, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? Tell him no? Like, what do you, he asked for it. And so then we're in the first fairway leading into the first green, and we go up there and he goes, how about we play $40 for the game as well? Like, the overall game. I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? Say no? So far, Dunkel, just for the record, I've not said anything about any terms of the match at all. So fast forward our match, obviously he wasn't going to win. And, he Venmos me all this money, and Big T's talking about how I took advantage of him. Now, you 4 guys have gambled a little bit in your day. What did Uncle T do wrong? He brought up the terms on the first tee. I just agreed to him. He wanted to get a little extra because he thought he was going to beat me. He said 40 for the overall game. He didn't win that either. But so anyway, so he plays a match with Big T. Big T gives him 4.5 holes playing match play. Rubio wouldn't beat Tony if he played 100 holes. He wasn't going to beat him in it. So he gives him 4.5 holes, and then he takes $100 from poor Rubio. So getting back to Rubio there, Mangone, he's not doing so well, But I did buy Arby's. It cost me like $74 at Arby's. Have you guys ever eaten at Arby's and it cost you $74?
It's a lot of roast beef.
I don't think I've ever eaten at Arby's, to be honest.
I like roast beef.
As soon as they found out I was buying, I told them I would buy since I felt bad by taking Rubio's money. You should have seen them. They were ordering one of everything. It was unbelievable.
Kurt, you like roast beef?
I do feel bad for I do feel bad for our friend Rubio though, because he's going to be basically limping into this week coming up. That's a shame. Because I'm sure a lot of people are licking their chops to just take more money from him, and it's a shame. The guy gets the short end of the stick.
The best part was, just to put a cap on it, the best part was we were putting all the shit back in Big T's truck and everything, right? Getting ready to head out of the parking lot. My Venmo went ding ding right before. I mean, he paid like instantly. Like Rubio's good with that. When he loses, it's like instantly in your Venmo. So I got to give him credit.
Love it. Maybe he walks around with like gold bricks or something. Maybe one of those with heavy pockets.
Now Snyder's going to want me to pay him in advance on this basketball match, but
we shall see. Speaking of you, Snyder, the course preview. Some would say this is the most exciting part of their week. In that some is myself. So yeah, lube up. What do we got here? Players Championship.
Yeah, we're back here at the iconic Pete Dye TPC course here for the players this week. Par 72. It's going to play at around 7,256 yards. Average size Bermuda grass greens. Bermuda/POA. They're overseeded with POA here for this event. Coming in at around 5,500 square feet on average. The greens are going to be rolling at around 12 on the stent meter, maybe around 13 by the weekend. And true to Dye designs here, golfers are going to see lots of undulations, lots of water, runoff areas, and lots of bunkers, pot bunkers around the greens and such. The biggest key to success here, like Elk was talking about yesterday, is you must know where to hit the ball, how to navigate this track. When you get out of position, you got to know how to get back into position without getting in too much trouble here. So that's going to be huge. Course history, Pete Dye design history is going to be a plus here. There's going to be water in play on 17 of the 18 holes too, and some of these holes are going to have water on both sides of the hole, so that's interesting to note. 3 of the par 5s here are going to be reachable by most of the field here. The fairways get a little tighter, especially the further up you go, so I think we're going to see a good amount of golfers going less than driver off the tees on many of these holes this week. We need to keep our eyes on this weather. I think there could be a slight PM AM little weather advantage. The winds are creeping up more and more as I look at it throughout the day. Right now, it's looking like there could be some gusts around 25 miles an hour in the afternoon, which is something to note. Stay in Discord. We're going to have a pretty good assessment coming up on that in the Discord here soon after this show. Last year, we saw that wild advantage that it had, but, I mean, we're not going to see anything near that this year, as they were like 40-plus miles an hour winds last year, and we got kind of screwed on it last year, but we're back this year. Some of the key stats we're looking at here this week: strokes gained approach, off the tee, around the green with a little bit of scrambling mixed in, Pete Dye tracks, and opportunities gained.
That's the best part of my week. And I don't think there's a close second. And I'm pretty sure, Kurt, you're on par with me.
Yeah, I'm on board. I would have to say that I agree. It gets me kind of wet.
If you're wondering, Dunkel, I got to hear it twice today. I did the premium show with Snyder and AP, so I got the stroke to it twice this week.
Oh, baby.
Fantastic. All right, so let's go into outrights. I will say, looking at the board a bit here. But first of all, you know what? Who we're going to start with today? We're going to start with you, Kurt, because one of your boys shipped last week, right? I mean, ultimately not necessarily from a picks perspective, but you do love you some Kurt Kitayama.
Listen, yes, I want to talk about that. Like, I didn't have any – I actually didn't like him last week. I mean, you can't like your guy every week. I mean, I do try to play him, but I didn't play that many lineups because college basketball is taking all my money right now. But, I mean, as far as, like, champion – like, I'm a Bucks fan, so when they win, Red Sox fan, that was right up there with legit. And that's what – oh, man, it was just – it really felt like my cementing of my golf fanship lately. It's gotten crazy the last year, but I was like in my car driving home, like screaming the top of my lungs. Like it really felt like my team won the championship. So I'm so happy for Kurt. I mean, it's just like the Miracle on Ice like meme was perfect. Like the fucking Roy's had his chance. Fuck him. Rom's had his chance. Fuck it all. No, it's Kurt's chance. Kurt's time. Okay. The Soviets have had their turn. But, yeah, happy for him. So I'm going to go right up top. Favorite DK play, going to be Max Homa. Not great on Pete Dye's. Little scary here. But this is a ball-striking son of a bitch. I mean, I'm going to be high on him all year. I think he gets a couple more wins on the season. Could have almost had Genesis, to be honest. But, yeah, give me the ball. I think the putter comes back a little bit. It's been a little bit shaky lately, but he's usually a good putter. So give me Max Homa as my favorite DK play up top. Are we doubling down?
Doubling down.
Doubling down. Going Ryan Fox. Hasn't played many PGA events, but he is top 32nd in the world. I'm pretty sure his schedule this year is going to allow him to play more PGA events. Dare I say this? We won't get him this cheap for long, maybe. Maybe like a mid-sevens guy or a 8K guy. Not 8K yet, especially in these big fields, but maybe like a mid-7 guy as far as when these major events come. Well, they elevated.
Didn't take long to name somebody I've never heard of, so congrats to Kurt. Snyder, on your end, DFS, high-low, who do we like?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Patrick Cantlay up top. I realize he's going to be pretty popular in the DFS streets, but I really like his game, how it's rounding into form. And most people are trying to talk up his poor course history here. Well, he was all right in 2017 and 2018. He did miss a couple cuts, was on the wrong side of the weather advantage last year, and he's coming off back-to-back top fives. The game's running into form. His game is just set for this, and he's had his hand in the fire in some of these big-time events over the years and this year. So I think he's going to be able to control the pressure here. They're playing for a huge amount of money this year. The biggest purse they've ever had to be, in fact, they're at $25 million purse. So I like Patrick Cantlay up top. I feel like he's a little underpriced there at 9.7K. And then I'm going to go down to my guy, a soldier from last week. I'm going to go with Keegan Bradley this week, 7,500. I think he's very underpriced this week. And it doesn't look like the ownership – it looks like the ownership's kind of coming back a little bit. And usually we see the early chalk kind of come back and people will be like surprised they weren't as owned as they should have been or thought they were going to be. I think that may happen to Keegan here this week. I seen him projected around 25% early. It looks like it's kind of dropping a little bit, so I think it's going to fall right around that 17 to 20% by the time lineups unlock tomorrow. I like him. He's got really good course history coming in 5th, 29th, 16th, and 7th in his last 4 trips to Sawgrass, and he was 10th last week at the API and finished 2nd at the Farmers a few weeks back.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Mangone. How about you? I know you might be doing some NBA scrambling, but is that true?
We are. Kevin Durant got ruled out, slipped on the court like an idiot. We got 7 minutes figured out, but DFS, this will be quick. We're going to be efficient. Big Dick Hovland. Uncle, you're going to be excited about that. Vic Hovland's going to have a huge week. I think he wins this event. He's trending in the right direction. Pete Dye specialist, something that I'm keying in on. Long off the tee, also really accurate, just checks all the boxes. So Vic Hovland, 8,900, I love. And I also like Will Zalatoris. Kind of like a light version of Vic Hovland, or they're kind of similar players, right? I think targeting that type of player is going to be where I go. And while a lot of people are playing Jason Day and Tyrell Hatton, I'm just going to go up a little bit more to Zalatoris and Hovland for a build that'll give me a unique construction and grab a stud with it. So I'm going with Victor Hovland and Will Zalatoris as 2 of my favorite golfers this week.
Love it. Thank you, Mangone. Uncle T, DFS. Last but certainly not least, who do we like this week?
So Mangone didn't give a guy down low for his DFS.
There's a lot of value this week, Uncle T. I don't got time.
I know. I'm got my pen here ready. I'm usually writing down your value, guys, and you didn't give me one. You gave me 2 up top. That's not part of the rules of the show.
Well, I mean, this week it's a little bit different. I explained how you can fade those really good plays that people are going to as values, and we're going to go a little up top for a different construction.
All right. I will say, Snyder, I do like the Bradley call quite a bit, but I'll take the over on 17% ownership on Bradley. I think he'll be way over that. But I do like the play. I like him quite a bit. That's a great call.
Why I said 17 to 20, which it could hit that 20 mark, I said.
Yeah, I agree what he says, though, about how it could come down randomly when it got chalk at the beginning of the week. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and his golf game could improve next week, too, but it might not, too. So what do you mean?
I'm terrible at golf, too.
Yeah. All right, JJ, for me, I'm going my guy up top this week. I'm going to ride him out. Hasn't been, for him and his quality of golfer, T21 and T20 last couple weeks, at T4 before that. I'm sticking with Justin Thomas. I think he's going to, he had that round on Saturday last week where he was nailing everything, just was curving them around, sticking them in tight, making every putt. Then he struggled a little bit on Sunday, but I'm going with Justin Thomas, $9,400. It feels like he's $500, $600, $700 too cheap for me. He will be like Cantlay, like Snyder said with Cantlay, he will be along with him as far as the ownership in this group. So I do worry about that just a little bit, but I'm going to start some lineups even with Justin Thomas. I think he's ready to win again. He won here a couple years back. Give me him up top. And then my guy down low, I thought for sure somebody would steal him, but Keith Mitchell, $7,400. Keith Mitchell, Killer Keith down there. Leads the tour in strokes gained off the tee and total driving. Only a T24 last week at Bay Hill, but before that, he's got a couple top fives earlier this year. Love Keith Mitchell at 7,400.
Good stuff, Uncle T, and we'll stick with you to give your outright. Who do you think wins this tournament?
Yeah, I'm going right back to Justin Thomas. I bet him last night at the FanDuel Sportsbook here, about 10 minutes from my house. I got 21-1. He's either 19 or 20 on DK or FanDuel now. So I do like Justin Thomas up top. for the reasons I just mentioned. I won't go over them again. And then the guy down a little bit lower, 60-1. Is that good enough for my lower guy? I got Corey Connors. I think, Connors is one of those guys that, like Morikawa, they're just elite ball striker, good iron player. It's just a matter of whether or not he can make enough putts. But, last year he's a T26. He's got a T7 before that, T41. So, he likes this course. He's had some success here, and I kind of like the way he's playing. So give me Connors down there, 60-1 on DK.
Good stuff. And Mangone, I'm just going to go ahead and skip you. I know you're dealing with a lot, but you did like Vic Hovland to win the tournament, so I'm just going to lock him in at 30-1. You don't have to convince me. I am a big Vic fan. So, Snyder, we'll go over to you for your outright. Who do you like this week?
Yeah, I'm going to go with – I was kind of leaning towards Hovland as well there at 30-1. I really like how his game translates to this. Like Mangone was talking to, I'm going to be overweight on him in DFS. I think he's definitely underpriced in those streets as well. So, yeah, I really like – if he can just get that around the green game to kind of sure up a little bit. I mean, he was just absolutely elite with the ball striking here recently. Last week he gained nearly 10 strokes ball striking, but he lost nearly 4 strokes around the green. He's lost over 3 strokes around the green in 2 of his last 3 events. So if he can kind of sure that up, the ball striking is actually absolutely immaculate for this track.
Awesome. And Kurt, last but not least, how about you?
My long shot.
Well, I'll go back to Snyder. What were the odds on him?
I'm seeing Hovland, the best odds right now is 30-1, and that's either at PointsBet or DraftKings.
Okay, I was just making sure that 31 was the best that was there.
Yeah.
Kurt, how about your outright?
I'm going show favorite, Billy Z. 35-1. Yeah, I like the odds where he's at around everyone else. Ball striking son of a bitch, actually does decent on these PGA courses. Didn't get the result won it last week, but I kind of like the odds. Going our boy Billy Z.
Love it. And Kurt, how about your long shot? Stick with you.
I'm going another longie. Webb Simpson first in the Pete Dye's last 50 rounds. I think he might have found something with the ball striking lately. Don't know, but I'm willing to try to find out for 180-1. Webb Simpson.
Cool. Snyder, how about you for your long shot?
I'm gonna go with a guy who hasn't been playing in that good of form. But I like him in some DFS. It's going to be super low owned there. And Sam Burns here. I really like him. You can get him at 90-1 at a couple of books out there right now. FanDuel has the best odds at 90. DraftKings is 80, and there's some other 60s out there. But FanDuel's holding a pretty good number on him there. I really like his upside. He won an event down here in Florida. I think if everything kind of goes his way, wouldn't be surprised if he's there with a sweat on Sunday. And at 90-1, I really like the odds for his upside.
Fair. One question, and I'll stick with you for, Snyder. Dennis was asking, anyone fading Hatton because of his temper?
I think that's kind of getting blown out of proportion. I'm going to be playing Hatton quite a bit this week.
Okay.
I don't think it's getting blown out of proportion.
I'm not playing Hatton this week.
I'm not
good,
playing
though.
Hatton.
He's been good lately, but I'm not playing this week.
I played him last week. He did fine for me last week, but I'm hopping right back off of Mr. Hatton.
Same here.
Might lock him then.
Lock him.
I love it.
Mangone, do you have anybody quick for your long shot? Or I know you're tied up.
No, I'm good now. I got it all in. It just adjusted, so we're good to go. Long shot is Adam Scott. I got him at 90-1. One thing that I really like about Adam Scott is obviously an experienced golfer here. He's done pretty well. I believe Elk said it last night. I think it's 9 of 10 cuts that he has made here, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, I like that a lot. Great course history. I like the upside. I just think 90-1. Like I was expecting it to be like 60-1 when I looked. I was kind of going through, and that just felt like one of the most mispriced guys that I could see.
Awesome stuff. Uncle T20. Uncle T's 20. Who do we like here?
I see what you did there, Dunkel. Very nice. T20, this is a guy I was a little bit worried about coming onto the show because we've made fun of this guy the last, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. But his game's trending a little bit. His game's trending just a little. I'm going with Shane Lowry. Shane Lowry plus 200. I like Siwoo Kim as well in that same area, plus 200. But is this not working? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh,
about to
because I
spill
got
now.
an echo. Sorry.
Fuck me.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Shane Lowry. I think Hefty's found something more than the buffet line. I think he's playing pretty good. I think I could see him trending into form here as we start into the spring and the warmer weather.
You can get plus 210 at FanDuel right now.
Okay, cool.
Before we go over to you, Snyder, we'll skip Mangone briefly. Wyndham Clark love. Anything there? Kurt, Uncle T?
It's a fine 1% play.
I like him in DFS, yes.
Good stuff. Mangone, T20?
Yeah, T20. I actually have a guy that Snyder talked up a little bit. It's Keegan Bradley plus 195. Peak die specialist. He's been T20 in 3 of his last 5 events at this place, and in his last 4 events, he's finished top 20 in 3 of the 4 events. I just think it's a pretty good spot for Keegan this week. I know I've kind of talked badly about him definitely recently, but sometimes you just got to kind of take the L and move on. And I think I'm going to take the L and move on, and like that line on Keegan Bradley at plus 195.
Cool. Snyder, how about you for a T20?
Yeah, I was actually going to go with Shane Lowry. I have him in my core up on the website there. I think this really sets up well for him. I mean, he's got really good course history here. His recent form is actually pretty good. If you go back and actually look into the stats, I realize he played bad last week, but really that all came down to round 3. Round 3 was his worst strokes gained round I could find in the last 3 years. He lost over 7 strokes in round 3, and I really think he's going to brush it off. Round 4, he bounced back. He gained strokes round 4. So I really like Shane Lowry here at really low ownership in DFS, and then I like him to even be maybe a top 10 even in this week.
Arm in arm with Lowry. Who would have thought on this show?
And me and Snyder of all people too. The two that do nothing but make fun of him.
Yeah, I'll hit the buffet line with you guys next week, but ain't hitting the buffet line with Shane Lowry with you guys this week.
Magnani joins the party late. The first thing he hears is Shane Lowry getting touted. So, yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, Magnani. I understand. That we're supposed to have this collective dislike of Shane Lowry, but it's cool. We can let it slide this week. Kurt, how about you for your T20?
Going someone who's been good to us this year, especially for me. And last week, he just won his matchup by 10 strokes. Siwoo Kim over Seamus Power. I'm pretty sure you had something to say about that, Uncle T. Siwoo absolutely smoked Seaman Power.
I like Siwoo Kim this week. What do you mean?
I'm back on him with him. I'm going top 20 Siwoo plus 200. Former winner here. Doesn't play great at the Pete dives, but I don't care. I like his. I mean, I think he's gonna have a great year. Like I've been saying for 4 fucking weeks on the show, guys. I like Siwoo this year, and it's not just because he's Asian. There's multiple reasons why. Yeah, he's been playing great. Give me Siwoo.
Kurt, your matchup. How about that? Who are we liking this week?
Tom Kim over Sungjae plus money. I almost like Tom was almost my outright. I did bet him, but he wasn't my outright to give. So Tom Kim over Sungjae plus 100 on DK.
So I always spell it wrong. It's Sung. You said plus 100?
Yeah.
Okay. Snyder, how about your matchup?
I need to pull one of those up actually. Go to Mangone next. It's in the Discord.
Just busting chops. Mangone, how about your matchup?
Yeah, Dunkel, you'll love this. We're hitting the button. Someone likes Tom Kim. I like Sung Jae Im instead.
Oh, no.
Im, minus 120. Kurt, I'm going to see you next week. Do you want to do lunch over this? Sung Jae Im, minus 120 versus Tom Kim. Mr. Tom Kim is someone who is playing here for the first time while he's going up against someone that owns Florida, and his name is Sung Jae Im. So
let him know, Mangone.
2 Asians.
We've been too kind to each other on this show.
He's just like, oof, 2 Asians. Yeah, Kurt, that's tough. You do like yourself the Asian golfers. That's tough.
I will say that if I lose, I hope Sungjae is really, really doing well. That'll make me happy. That'll be great money spent. I will gladly play Mangone if Sungjae's actually killing this course. That'll be awesome. It'd be a great bet to lose.
Uncle T, what about you? You joining in on this, Asian matchup love, or are we doing something different?
No, we're going to go somewhere different, but a common theme. I had 2 of them teed up here tonight, like I always do, just to make sure. I've got both of these. I already bet last night as well, but I want to make sure I didn't duplicate somebody and have Dunkel yell at me. So I get to choose from both of them. So do you guys want the first pick or the second pick? I'll let you all choose.
How about we get both?
I mean, is it, are we feeling good tonight for the chat? I'll give them both. I gave
him a core play already.
I've got, I had no idea. I didn't even got anybody's core plays up, Snyder, but I am glad that we're arm in arm because I got Shane Lowry plus 115 over Colin Morikawa. Lowry plus 115 over Morikawa. Look, I've been on Morikawa more this year than I ever have, but he's coming off 3 events here where he's missed the cut twice. He does have a T6 sandwiched in between there, but again, I just think a plus 115. I think this should be closer to maybe minus 110 either way in this matchup on this course. So give me Lowry plus 115. And the other one is another dog, Justin Thomas plus 115 over Scotty Scheffler. I know this one could backfire on me as well, but I like Rory up top over 10K this week, and I may fade the other 3. And I know that's a risky fade from any outlet, the top 10s, the matchups, the DFS portion. But I just think Scotty, I don't know. He doesn't seem like I know he's a different golfer this year than he's been the last couple of years. But again, I'm going more on the plus value here with Justin Thomas plus 110.
There has been a lot of Shane Lowry love on this show.
I've got a matchup I just found that's actually might be going against the Uncle T there. I just pulled it up. There's a lot of love going to JT. He's been boomer busted this course. Yeah, he's won this course, but he's also had 3 really bad finishes. So I like Scotty the Kid here versus JT. I think Scotty's primed. His ball striking is absolutely elite. If he could have putted just a little bit last week, he could have done well. And last year, don't remember, he was in that bad weather wave with JT.
Oh,
they battled through the bad weather. Scotty played well. JT played well in the wind. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Scotty Scheffler over JT in that matchup because I like Scheffler. We're going to get Scheffler possibly half the ownership of JT too in DFS.
Cash the over 4.5 bad weather references from 2022 on the show.
So,
Snyder, can I get the plus 115?
JT played the best I've ever seen anybody play in the wind, though. That he shot 3 under and 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Can I get the plus 115 over Scotty for 100? I got JT. That's what I'm looking at right now. Plus,
yeah, I'll give you. So if JT wins, I send you 115. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Dunkel, could you make a note of that for me and make sure you put that in the meeting?
You send
notes
me 100 if JT beats him or Scotty beats him. You send me 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair. And I think Mangone and Kirk got their little lunch bet going too. So
Dunkel, we need one. Get in there and get your feet wet. Gary Waterland's playing.
I'm happy to go right back to Rahm this week over Rory.
Yeah.
I'll take Rory over Rahm.
All right.
I assume now I'm getting dog money. So
I haven't looked. Whatever it is, we'll give it to you. I haven't looked at that one.
Rahm plus 100 and Rory's minus 120.
All right, I'm in.
Doug, I just want to let you know, don't get baited into Waterland. There's some water on this course, okay? I know what Uncle T was doing there. I want to make sure he's not doing my guy dirty over there.
I didn't even give him a chance to answer.
I don't make any bets in favor of Gary Waterland. If anything, I'm just fading him at courses that do have a lot of water when you guys randomly like him at courses.
Well, there's water, so I'm just letting you know. I'm just giving you the heads up real quick.
No, I appreciate it.
Me and Snyder have Rory over Rahm again, and then Snyder, you and I got JT, you got Scheffler.
Yep.
Are we doing finishing position or DK points? I always got to ask that.
It's a matchup, just like
the bets. Yeah, bets is finishing position.
Okay, that's what I always like. But sometimes Tambo pulls out that DK scoring bullshit.
Final notes. Uncle T, we'll just keep it with you. What do you think about this course? What do you think about next week? And by the way, guys, obviously we do this show on Wednesdays, but we'll likely all be together. Do we have an action plan there? Are we just skip it next week?
I mean, I'm good with trying to get it together somehow, but we won't be at Big T's. We'll be at the house. I don't know what kind of setup we'll have, but I'm in for it for sure.
I'm going to actually try and get there Wednesday now.
Love it.
For lunch, or you coming in the evening?
It'll probably be in the evening. It depends on when I leave. I don't know. I might leave
Uncle
Tuesday.
T was going to buy lunch. Get here for lunch. Uncle T's buying lunch.
I might have to get there.
Yeah, come on in. What do you mean, Kurt? I didn't extend that out to you yet.
I don't know, Uncle T. I mean, Snyder hasn't had alcohol since 1997, and he probably hasn't had a good salad spot anywhere.
Yeah. Valid? No. My final notes, Dunkel, though, are I'm really looking forward, like these guys are. This is a lot of fun with this Players Championship, though, because so much can happen, and it can happen so quickly. You can be looking. I mean, if you're a Thursday, Friday, I mean, obviously you got the Friday sweat, with the cut line and everything, but if you're looking at your teams on Friday afternoon, you're feeling good, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Or if you got, if you get through the cut line and you're on the right wave, maybe on the weekend with some different weather stuff, you can shoot up the leaderboard. So really looking forward to this tournament. And, this is going into the Masters here in a couple, 3 or 4 weeks as well. But, and then just looking forward to seeing you guys next week. A lot of trash talk. I saw the show earlier with Spread and Tyler and C-Dome. And C-Dome, it was great. I don't know if you guys caught that. C-Dome was talking so much trash to Big T. It was so good. But no, looking forward to having you guys in. Looking forward to the tournament.
That's fantastic. And I will say this, there has been some rumblings of a fun little 2v2 with me and C-Dome versus Big T and JSU. So I am definitely looking forward to that 2-on-2. Let me ask some Mangone, we'll slide that too. What do you set the odds on that 2-on-2?
I think JSU and Big T are favorites. I think I'd say they're like probably minus like 180, minus 200. But,
wow.
I think that's probably accurate. I mean, JSU is a grinder down there.
JSU is very annoying on defense. That's being respectful. I'm saying, like, listen, if there's someone I don't want defending me, it's JSU, right? If I was playing Snyder and you told me Snyder could take breaks while JSU is defending me, I would not like that. That would not be something I would sign up for.
Yeah, here's the thing that Maddie brought up is, how last year it was kind of really grainy to record on Twitter. We need to find a way to like live record with actual decent.
Well, actually, so it wasn't grainy on Twitter, I think, when you were like live, but like afterwards, right, Uncle T? That was the reason, I think.
It looked fine when I was doing it live, and then I agree
we'll
with
have to. We do have to figure something out with it.
I mean, we all have fucking camera. Like,
I do agree with the JSU take, though. I wouldn't want him guarding me either. Like, he's so damn short. He's not gonna he's got all this energy. He's like, you ever heard of ankle biters? He's like an ankle biter. Like, he's down there around your lower extremities down there by your ankles. I wouldn't want him.
Yeah, Uncle T, I don't know if you know this, but my ankle cannot use a biting right now. I'm good. I need to rest that thing up. So yeah, no JSU defending me.
Yeah, I mean JSU's as silly as it sounds. I mean, he's a handful. I mean, even if you're a bigger guy than him and you decide to throw him around for the first few points, like, he is going to wear you down physically. Like, it's just like a constant bruise. Bruise to the back, bruise to the leg. For until the game's over. He hung
in there with who was he playing? I was giving him shit there. He was playing like Jordan or someone, or one of those college kids he was playing.
Trent, wasn't it Trent?
Yeah, you guys call him Helmet. Not our Helmet, but you guys call him Helmet, Uncle T.
Yeah, Trent. Helmet. Not that helmet. Our helmet here.
Yes.
But no, good stuff all around. Snyder, how about you? Some final notes and maybe some chat about next week?
Yeah, looking forward to this week. I mean, we got some great contests. There's lots of action out there. Contests are great. The pricing is great, I think. Head on over to Run Pure Sports. Use the promo code Snyder15. We got the core plays up. We got the cash chart up. We got the playbook up. We got Big T's notes coming up. We got everything. AP's got a heat map up, too, for PGA. We got Mangone's core up. Uncle T's going to have his core up. Kurt's going to have his core. We're going to have Showdown, everything going for Showdown, too. We're going to have 3 shows for Showdown. I'll have a playbook up every day for that as well. We'll have course for that as well. So head on over and join the movement. We're going to crush it this week again.
Love it. And you didn't even mention the Snyder Soldiers on Twitter.
I gotta go watch. I haven't watched it. I can't wait.
Kurt, how about you? Last but not least, some final notes. Anything looking forward for next week?
Yeah, a couple things. Crazy sports week with the tournament starting soon and with everything. But I will say, if you all haven't done like the hole by hole video of this course, I just sent it to my mom today because I want to show it's one of the most beautiful courses I've seen. I love it. Definitely go. Well, I just retweeted it. It's a sick video. It takes you through the whole course, hole by hole. It's just Pete died to did a number on this bitch. It's awesome. So go peep that. And then as far as other content and stuff, Steve went to Vegas and left me on college basketball duty all week. So for every college basketball slate, come check it out. We'll have playbooks for every single one. All sports, one price. They'll lock after golf. And everyone have a great week. Let's win some monies.
Yes, with all that said, thank you to everybody in the chat for always being proactive and messaging down the line. So love that. As for next week, we will definitely try to figure something out in terms of one way to get one camera where we get us all just kind of chatting about this in a similar format. Obviously, maybe the quality of this, the way this is streamed, it's not going to probably feel as good, but overall, we will try to get something, and may even be more fun doing it in person anyway. Needless to say, everybody, gamble responsibly, stay safe. As always, run pure. We should see you guys next week. Have a good one.